Hi, this is Kiran. So in this tutorial, we learn about comparator interface. So in the earlier videos, we have seen uh, how to sort the objects by using comparable interface. So now in this tutorial, we see sorting the class objects by using comparator interface. So in this process, we see we create a student class. In the earlier we have already created, but we will see one more time. And for the student class, we have ID first name and last name in the student class, and we create default constructor and the constructor with fields, and we create getters and setters, and also create toString method to print the object values. So after that, so this is about student class. Now we create a separate comparator implementer class. So we have to create a separate class apart from the student class. Earlier in a comparable interface, we have implemented comparable interface in student class itself. So now we are separating that. So the student class is separate, and we are creating separate class comparator implementer class. So in that class, we are overriding the compare method. So in comparator interface, we have compare method, so that we are implementing to sort the objects. So here, for example, sort by first name comparator, we have one class that implements comparator to sort based on first names, and to sort based on last names, we have created a separate class sort by last name comparator that implements comparator. See, so if you want to sort a number of it, so we can create separate classes, and we can sort the attributes. We can sort the objects based on the attributes. So that is the advantage of using comparator interface. So now we'll just move ahead and write the code, and we'll see the output. Now you can see here compare objects is compare method. So taking two objects, and we are using again compare to method in that. So if you want to sort by first name, you have to get the first name values, and you have to compare object 1 and object 2. And we'll create main method to create objects and to add those objects to array list, and also here and also to run the sort method. But before running the sort method, what we are doing here is we are creating the object for that interface implementer. So here in this case, sort by first name comparator. So we are creating object for this, and we are passing that object to the sort method. And similarly, to call the sort method on last name, again we have created one more object, so that is sort by last name comparator that we have created. So we have created two separate classes, so one for first name to sort based on first name, and other one to sort based on last name. So whenever we want to sort the object based on first name, we call the corresponding comparator by passing the corresponding comparator to the sort method comparator reference, and similarly we will pass the last name comparator. So we will see these things in Eclipse IDE. We just run the video, write the code, and run the program, and we'll see the output. Here we have already a project, and we have already have the project, and So we have student class here. This student class. So this is a plain student class, and it's about attributes: first name, last name, ID, first name, last name, ID, and student constructor, and student constructor with fields, and getters and setters. So these are things already seen in earlier tutorials when we are discussing about comparable interface. Right? So these are the same things. There is no change in that. We are writing only getters and setters and toString method and constructor. That's all. So no, this class is not implementing any comparable interface. No, so just we'll go to yeah, we have two other classes here because we are trying to sort based on first name and based on last name. So we want to sort the object. So we have created a sort by first name comparator. So now in this here we have to implement the comparator. Implements comparator. So now when we implement comparator, we have to implement those methods in the interface. So we have see here add unimplemented methods. So what is unimplemented method? Compare. So we have to implement this method. Yeah. So object 1, object 2. So now just I'm casting into student class this object 1 and object 2 references. So I am creating student reference here. Stud1 equal one and student class. Similarly, I do for photo also. So I'm changing here to both. So now what we have to do? We have to call the compare. You can use the comparative method to compare both student 1 and student 2 objects. So I will call std1 dot. So now so we are using this class to sort the object based on first name. So I am calling get first name method. Get first name method dot. So compare to, and here I use the std2, that is object to reference, and I will call the get first name method. That's it. So here I am using first name attributes to compare object 1 and object 2. Then it returns the value whether they both are equal, lexicographically greater than the other objects or equal. So based on that it will give the value. Fine. So now we have this class is ready. We will go to the main app class. So we'll come back to sort by last name comparator later. So first we'll do with the first name sorting based on first name. Then main app. So here we already created these objects. Student 1 2 3 4 4 objects we have created, and we have created array list, student list, and for the student list we have added all these objects std1 2 3 4. Now we have called iterator method on the student list. So we are using that IT to traverse the list and to print the object values. So first we will see the output, whether we are able to get the object values. So I'm running student main app now. So we not yet sorted this. We have not yet sorted the objects, but you can see as it is. Whatever the order the objects are there in the array list, we'll see it. So you can see that this first name, right? Oh, nothing. So this is not in sorted order. So now what we will do, we'll try to sort it based on the first name and we will see the result again.